Okay. How does that work? Let's see. Okay, it looks like that is working. So it is about 2 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started with our. I wish this would go away. Um, with our building wealth through passive income class. So what I'm mainly going to focus on in this class is one of the things that I consider to be, and that basically everyone as a leadership in the company considers to be one of Keller Williams, for some reason, best kept secrets, and that's being a stakeholder in the company, growing your wealth through profit share, being invested in not just your market center, but market centers across the country, um, and earning money from really not doing anything besides being support and being a resource for agents in your downline. So we're going to start off this class with what I'm going to start off almost all my classes with from now on, and that's going to be the same thing that we start all our team meetings with. All of our, if you've ever been in Bold, if you're on the uh, pivot shift videos every morning, we always start out with either something good or a bucket fill. So we are going to start off with bucket fills. Right now it's only me, but I have a lot of things to be, a lot of people to fill their buckets with today. First off, the leadership team that I have around me, Mike, Matt, Patrick, and Brittany, the support that we've shared throughout this entire pandemic process has been amazing. Um, Everyone has always had each other's backs. We've been having constant conversations about what we can do to help our agents. And I think that's been great. It's been a really big learning process for me. So I'm thankful for them. And then all of the agents as well, all the agents here at our office, they're very patient with us. They understand that we're learning. That we're all trying to get through this together, and then everyone that has shown up to these classes, to these trainings that we're doing, everyone that's shown up for each other. I know there's a lot of support going around between our agents right now. Everyone making sure everyone's doing all right, talking with one another, talking about business, talking about life, stuff like that. So I'm very thankful to be part of this market center and the agents. Very thankful for the agents that are in it. So if you're watching this on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to comment in the comment section about anyone's bucket you want to fill, and we'll make sure that we get that to them. So we are going to hop right into profit share. So first off, what is profit share? We're going to go get a cool little quote from Gary himself in this pixelated image that I pulled off the internet. And he says, profit share is a program that allows associates to build a business inside a real estate company that is as powerful as if they owned the company themselves. So what that means is we give our agents the opportunity to, let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. Our agents have the opportunity to have a business within this real estate company. And so what that means is that they've brought in agents to our company, associates that have joined Keller Williams, and they are invested in helping support those agents. They help train those agents. They are a reliable resource for those agents. And what comes out of that is, they have that support themselves. So they have someone else that they can rely on. And B, they're actually bringing in profit from it. So they are making money off of that. And it's not, this is a win-win for everyone. It's not like this money is taking away from that other agent. It is the market center profiting, splitting its profits with its associates, the people who make this business possible. So when a quick little history lesson back in the 70s, if you haven't already heard this story, when Gary Keller owned a small, just traditional real estate office in Texas. They had about 100 agents or so. They were in the heart, I believe it was Austin. They had a really good business, and during, I believe it was the late 70s, there was a shift in the market, and Remax came into Texas. Remax came into their area, and basically overnight, Gary lost over half of his agents. He lost about 60 to 65 agents, essentially overnight. So what he did was he took the remaining 35 agents, he brought them all together, and he said, what can we do to make this a company that agents would not want to leave? How can we make sure that we're growing this, but not just growing it, making sure that agents would not want to and would have no reason to leave this company? And they said they wanted better training and consulting. They wanted a higher commission split. They wanted to have a say in the direction of the company. They wanted to be able to look at the books, and they wanted a share of the revenue. Now, at that time, it was revenue. So for about the first 6 years of this company, we were a revenue sharing company. And those original 35, that is where the idea of the ALC came from. Them wanting to have a say in the direction of the company led to the creation of the ALC. And now you'll know in all of our market centers, we have an ALC. We have a committee of leaders in the company who are the voice of the agents when decisions need to be made. They are the voice. They have a say in the direction the market center goes. We have monthly meetings with them, and if you ever want to join in on them, they are public meetings. You won't be able to participate unless you're part of the ALC, but you are able to go in and watch and see kind of what we discuss, what we do on a monthly basis to try and make this company better for all of our agents. So that was the origination of the ALC. Now, of course, we have the International ALC, which meets, I believe it's every April in Austin. They're flown to Austin and they meet to decide huge changes within the company. And one of the most recent ones has been the change of the Y4C2Ts, which is the first time that there's been a change to that in the history of our company. And that is adding equity to the end of the Y4C2T. So now instead of it being the Y4C2 and then just T's, it is a TES there at the end, and that E is for equity. So they decide the changes that happen within the company. But going back to it, that is what they decided. And like I said, for the first 6 years, we were a revenue sharing company. I believe the story is Gary went to his financial compensation analyst, and they said, Gary, the revenue sharing is hurting the culture. Agents are only invested in the people in their downline. They're not invested in the market center. They're not invested in the other agents in the market center. They're not invested in the leadership team at the other market centers. They're not invested in the community of the market centers that the agents in their downline are at. It's not bringing together everyone in the company. It's only keeping those small cliques of the people who are in each other's downline or who are above them in the tree. So we changed to a profit sharing company, which means that the goal of every business is going to be to profit. If you've ever done any kind of consulting with me, you'll know that's one of the first things I'll say is that the goal of our business is always going to be profit. The goal of any business is going to be profit. It's how do we get there, is usually what the consulting is. But for the market centers to profit was going to be huge. That meant that the company would profit, and that meant that we were able to turn back around and invest into our agents, whether that is investing in better training, investing in coaching, investing in better technology for our agents. All of that money goes back into the agents. But that's why it's so important for each market center to be profitable every month, both to share that profit with our agents and to turn around and reinvest that money back into better systems, models, training, tech, all that for our agents. So that is a quick little lesson on what exactly profit share is. Now, if you're thinking this sounds great, I can share profit, I can be invested, I can be a stakeholder in this company, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that. So we are going to move into, let's see if I can click it. How do I grow it? How do I grow my profit share tree? We of course know that the gist of it is an agent joins Keller Williams. They name you as their sponsor. And any money that they contribute to the company, you get a cut of that office's profit every month. So the percentages we'll go over later, the exact percentages there. It's an interesting model. And I know a lot of people are always asking me what exactly are the percentage breakdowns. And I have that slide here. So if you're watching this later, go ahead and screenshot it so that you can have that and always know how the breakdown works of what percentages you're getting of that market center's profit each month when they do profit. So first, we're going to talk about how to grow your downline. There's a couple questions that you can ask yourself. First is, who have I closed a deal with in the last 5 to 6 months? So this is, I have written here, remember the new required field on green sheet. So you'll remember probably about a year ago, everyone was calling me wondering what in the world is this new field where it's the cooperating agent and the cooperating firm. We were doing that for y'all's purpose so that you could go back and see, who did I work with? Did I think they were a good fit for Keller Williams or not? What did I enjoy about working with them? What did they do exceptionally well? You now have all of that data. If you go back and look at your green sheets from probably the last year, you are going to have that data accessible to you. I have also been tracking them in a spreadsheet. So if you want to contact me and ask me who you've done deals with, I can. The timing of that may be a little later that I can get that to you. So you may just want to go back and look yourself. But you have this data in front of you. Who have I closed a deal with in the last 5 to 6 months? You have the name of that agent and the cooperating firm. So, excuse me. So the first thing is going to be, go back and make a list of those. See whether or not it was a listing that you had that they brought a buyer to, or a listing they had that you brought a buyer to. Either way, ask yourself these questions. What did I enjoy about working with them? What did they do exceptionally well? And then, do I think that they would benefit from the tools, systems, models, and resources that Keller Williams had? Do I think that they would benefit from the constant training that we have, from the webinars, from the end-to-end technology platform that an agent can run their entire business through? Do I think they would benefit from a personalized app, a personalized website? Do I think they would benefit from the resources that having the largest agent count in the world gets? Do you think that they would benefit from the enormous, on that same basis, the enormous referral base that you have in this company with, I believe right now, over 160,000 agents throughout the world, by far the biggest real estate firm in terms of agent count in the world. And if you think that they would benefit from that, the next step is going to be to call them. So for, let's say that I guess I'll just be practicing these scripts myself. But you can probably take some of this, and we have scripts for this. If you're watching this and you want to email me, asking me for some of the scripts that we have for talking with agents, I can send those out to you. But they would kind of go, you would just call them up and say, hey, let's say, how can I not make this confusing? So I'm going to have to write this down so that I don't lose track. So I'm going to say the listing agent was with Cool Real Estate Firm, and his name was Jim, and I'm, of course, Jackson with Keller Williams. So I'm going to call up Jim. I'm going to say, ring, ring. Hey, hello. Hey, is this Jackson from Cool Real Estate Firm? Jim, oh my gosh. Is this Jim from Cool Real Estate Firm? Yeah. Hey, my name is Jackson. You may remember me. We worked on 123. I brought a buyer to 123 Main Street about 2 or 3 months ago. I just wanted to call and thank you so much. You were very professional. I know we had a couple obstacles that we ran into, and I wanted to thank you for helping us work through those, helping make this deal go smooth. And I hope in the future that I can continue to bring more buyers when you have listings. And hopefully when I get listings as well, you'll be able to bring buyers to those. And like I said, I wanted to thank you, and I also wanted to see if I could reach out and let my team leader at our company reach out to you as well. I know that I told him about you. I told him how I enjoyed working with you. I told him some of the things that you did so exceptionally well that I was so thankful for, and I wanted to ask you if he could reach out to you. Oh yeah, sure. Well, he can reach out to me, but I don't really want to be recruited right now. No, I'm Jackson again. No, that's fine. He's not going to recruit you. He just wanted to also thank you and just reach out to you and tell you how grateful we are for your business and wish you good luck here in the future. Okay, yeah, sure, he can do that. Cool. All right, boom, bang, done with that phone call. Of course, it's a little bit harder when you're trying just to talk to yourself. That's not exactly how it would go, but we have some scripts that are available to you, and if you want to give me a call and practice those with me, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier for me since I'll actually be talking to another person. But you don't have to worry about recruiting someone. We are not that first phone call. If you refer someone to our team leader, the first phone call is not going to be, hey, Jackson gave me your number, said he really enjoyed working with you. Are you ready to join Keller Williams? Do you want to join Keller Williams? We want to be in relationship with all the agents in our community. We want to have a network of all the agents in our community. And if you enjoy working with someone and we really think that they could benefit from our models, from our systems, then we will find a way to help them, to show them that value, to provide them the benefit that Keller Williams has. And if joining is the right move for them, if joining is the right move for their family, then that's the road we'll take them down. You do not have to do any of the recruiting part of this. You don't have to worry that we're going to call and start pushing Keller Williams Kool-Aid down their throat. That's not how that's going to go. And I'm sure that if you do refer someone, that we'd be happy to have you listen into how the phone call goes. Don't hold me to that. That's really on Matt. But just to listen and how that phone call goes, see kind of what we talk to them about. Because what I've found and what I've even read in the shift book is that pushy people are going to be pushy no matter what. And in my opinion, neither I nor Matt are pushy people. We just want what's best for the agent, and we want to see if our company would bring value to them. So, like I said, just a quick little script that you can run through on how to talk to people. And remember, this is all data that you have. Those green sheets from the last 5 to 6 months. You can always go on your green sheets and just start looking through those. All that data is available to you. So there's no better time than right now to start doing that. So next, let's move into how the tree looks. So you'll see we have you right here. I have this little laser pointer. And then we have who you named as your sponsor up here. So for me, when I came on, this is me. Patrick McDowell, our OP, was the one who started me with Keller Williams. He was the one who interviewed me. He was the one who I was in contact with through the entire process. So I named him as my sponsor. When a referral is sent to me, or when a referral is sent to your team leader, our biggest goal throughout that process, if they do decide that Keller Williams is the right fit for them, is to honor that referral. Even if it was just a one-time referral from you and 8 months later this person joins, or 8 years later this person joins after working with them for so long, our goal is to honor that referral and tell them, I did get this referral from Jackson, so I think that would be the best fit as your sponsor. We are told every day that to honor those referrals that we get. So I put Patrick down as mine, and so let's say that I brought on Jim that I was talking to earlier. He would go then into my first level. I can have as many people as I want in my first level that I bring in. But let's say then Jim brings in someone else, brings in Sherry. Jim brings in Sherry. So now this is Jim. Sherry is now in Jim's first level, and Sherry is in my second level. And it continues to grow out like that. If Sherry were to bring someone, that would be her first level, Jim's second level, my third level, Patrick's fourth level. So it goes all the way out to 7 levels. So you'll see how you have a very big opportunity of influence to grow your tree. So now we're going to get into, I put that one even though it says continued. I wanted to show that one first. Now we're going to get into the actual percentages. So you'll see that it starts out at a huge split, 50% from your first level. And the way that works, and you might have to go back and listen to this a couple times. The way that works is there are certain percentage splits that I don't have on here for different levels of how much money the market center profits a month. I believe the first level is a little over or a little under 3,000. I believe the next one is over 8,000, and the highest percentage that goes out to agents split between the market center is whether or not the market center profits over $11,500, and I believe it's $11,560 in a month. That is at that level of profit, the market center is sending out the most amount to the biggest percentage of money to its profit sharers. So what'll happen is if I had brought on, let's see, does right click go back? No. If I had brought on Jim, and Jim has a closing in the month of June, Jim contributes company dollar in that month, which means he has contributed towards the market center's profit. There is then a percentage that's taken into how much the market center profited versus how much of that was provided by Jim. So how much of that company dollar did Jim contribute that month? So that percentage is taken. And then, like I said, the highest percentage, which I believe is 50%. At the end of the month, when the market center determines what its profit is, it's then split based on the certain level they're at. Of course, if it's over 11,560, the split is 50%. So that is how much is going to go into our profit sharers' pockets, bank accounts. And then that same percentage that Jim contributed to the company dollar is taken out of that amount, and that is sent to you. So 50% of that is sent to you. And then 10% of that is sent to the person above you, 5% to the person above you, 5% above you, all the way up 7 levels. So if that number ends up coming down to $100, you get, God, keep doing that. You get 50, the person above you gets 10, 5, 5, and then it starts going back up the more. So if you can build a real business out of this profit sharing to get to where you're training people in your 4th level to be bringing in agents, you start getting a higher and higher percentage of that split. So that is how those percentages work. It goes 50, 10, 5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5. I have just about memorized that because, like I said, I want to try and teach all of our agents about this. I think it's a great way to be building profit share within the company that you already have, to be building revenue, building wealth within our company. So, and I guess I gave a little bit of teaser going to this slide 3 or 4 times, just exactly how many people are bringing in money from profit share. So let's go to this next one. And I've only taken the numbers for over 10,000. And this $1 million has actually changed here in the last week. This is how many people in the company in their lifetime have brought in this amount of money. So 21,545 have brought in $10,000 or more of profit share in their life. About 4,600 have brought in 50,000, 2,000 have brought in 100,000, 250 have brought in 500,000, and this number right here is actually 90. So in the history of Keller Williams, there are actually 90 millionaires, people who have become millionaires just based off profit share. So if you're thinking that it's not realistic to bring in a good amount of money, a number that's not nominal, via profit share, take a look at some of these numbers. And if you want me to send you the entire breakdown, it goes all the way down to how many people in the company have earned over $500 in their life. And I believe the numbers over 50,000 people have brought in over $500 in their life in profit share. So it's something that's definitely achievable. There are right now 21,500 people who have helped fund their families, helped fund their bigger lives strictly through profit share. And then in total, and of course this number goes up every month, Keller Williams has contributed $1,421,878,861 back to profit share. So almost $1.5 billion back to our agents, back to our stakeholders, back to the people who are invested in our market centers, in our company. So that is a quick lesson on profit share. We went through how to have the conversations with people you've worked with about profit share and about getting a call from the team leader. And then we went into how exactly your tree works, how the percentages work, and then how it's realistic for you. All you have to do is decide that you want to do it. The numbers are there that Keller Williams is sharing that money, is profit sharing every month with its stakeholders. All it takes is for you to learn a little bit more about it, which hopefully we've done in this class, and for you to decide you want to do it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and thank you for watching.